Hello and welcome to Circulate by CDA with me, Stuart Aldis. Today we're going to be talking about Facebook advertising. Now many people, when they think about Facebook advertising, they're quite unsure what's the difference between Facebook boosting and Facebook advertising. So I think it'd be a good idea to clear that up first of all. Facebook boosting primarily is when you take a post that you put into your timeline and you put some money behind that to sponsor, in other words, boost that post. Now that works great for many people. If you want to reach a big audience very quickly and you put a post out and you may not have many followers, it's a good way of creating new audiences, new engagements. The great thing, as with Facebook advertising, is you can control the budget. But primarily, boosting is about taking a post that you create on Facebook, on your timeline, on your wall, and being able to put some budget so it comes back in people's searches. Of course, you can decide the sort of characteristics, we call them demographics, of the people you want to boost to. And we'll come on a little bit more to that later. So that's boosting. Then we've got advertising. Advertising is slightly different. That's controlled through an interface called Facebook Advertising Manager. And basically, it's where you can create an advert, a post, I'm sure you've seen them many times on your own Facebook walls, for a product or a service. And basically it's an advert that can be animated, it can be graphical, it can be text, and it drives you through to a new source. Whereas boosting is primarily used to create new likes, new engagement, advertising is primarily used more to offer products, to offer services, to offer app downloads. So just remember a very rule of thumb: boosting to get more audience, advertising to have a call to action to either download or to sell or to get a contact from a person. So as I said, Facebook boosting is controlled through normal Facebook and advertising is controlled through the Facebook Ads Manager. And if you just type that into Google, Facebook Ads Manager, there's all sorts of help and information online to help you. Now, both B2C companies and B2B use Facebook advertising. And why do they do that? Why would you choose to use Facebook advertising? Well, there's some main reasons. The first thing is your customers are most probably using Facebook. Just give you some numbers here. 80% of the internet users worldwide are using Facebook. 65% of adults in the United Kingdom over the age of 65 use Facebook. There's over 1 billion users using Facebook. So there's a good chance that your customers that you want to target are on Facebook. And don't forget, if you are selling B2B, well, B2B people are still B2C people, so they're definitely be on there. There is, of course, other forms of advertising dedicated to B2B, such as LinkedIn sponsorship, and in a later post we'll be talking about LinkedIn and how that can help you target business to business. Facebook is one of the most targeted form of advertising. The great thing about Facebook is we can take a budget and we can target the audience you're looking to find. We don't have to spend money on an audience that is not interested in your service or your product. If I go and take an advert in a magazine or put a poster up a billboard, anybody can see that poster. If only 10 people out of the 1 million people that walk past it are interested, I've wasted a huge part of my marketing budget on people that I can never sell to. On Facebook, you can choose the demographic. You can choose by age. You can choose by interest. You can choose by gender. You can choose by behavior. You can do geolocation. These are all ways that you can narrow down your audience to only get the people that are interested in your service or your product. Because of those extended controls of demographic, Facebook is one of the cheapest forms of advertising. We recently ran a campaign for a startup company, and for £15 we managed to get over 1,000 impressions for £15. No other form of advertising would offer that. Facebook's fast. Once you create your adverts and you hit go, it's live. You can see the results immediately. And because you can see the results immediately, you can fine-tune your advertising campaign. You can fine-tune the demographic of people you're looking to engage with. If you install the Facebook Pixel, which we always recommend, this is basically a fancy word for saying tracking. we can track what people do. So when they go onto Facebook and they click an advert and they come through to your website or they come through to your App Store download, we can track their journey and we can see the type of people they are. Digital marketing is a wonderful way of tracking, and Facebook has took it to a whole new level. So it's a great way of being able to tweak your budgets and get a higher return on investment. Facebook is amazing for retargeting. I'm sure that you've often been on your desktop or your laptop computer, you've seen a brand, and then you go to your Facebook on your mobile phone, your smartphone, you're going through your wall, and all of a sudden you see an advert for that brand. Well, that's using that Facebook pixel tracking I was talking about earlier to track your behavioural patterns so that it can serve adverts back to you. So if the computer, if you were searching for a product, that will then show it on Facebook board. It's called retargeting. And that's really important. I'll tell you for why. Lots of people come to CDA, lots of customers, they say, look, we're running a campaign and we don't believe it's that successful. And when we start engaging and looking and analysing the results of these campaigns, the reason they're not successful is because the company that's running the campaigns is expecting immediate results. And what they mean by that is you see an advert for a campaign on Facebook, you click the advert, you come through to a website, it could be an eCommerce website, for example, and the customer's not buying. But good people and people that are in the know about digital marketing know it's not about the first click, it's about the third click. So a great thing is with digital marketing is reserving that advert. If you click once, you're probably not going to make the sale on the first click, but if you can then retarget and get your brand back in front of the consumer, then they will see your advert for the second, a third, a fourth, and you're re-delivering that advert to get higher conversion rates. And you can apply that both to e-commerce websites and B2B websites. It's all about retargeting. Your results won't happen on that first click. They take 3, 4, 5 times of getting your brand in front of the consumer to get engagement. So I urge you to look at the retargeting part of Facebook. And if anybody out there is doing retargeting on other mediums, such as advertising on Google AdWords, make sure you're doing retargeting as well. Another great thing about Facebook is when you serve up an advert, people can share it. You can create your advert and it can go viral. Having adverts on social media or Facebook helps your SEO value. It's part of the social signals that are reported back to search engines and in their complex algorithms. If you want to know a little bit more about search engine optimization, look at yesterday's video, which is posted on Facebook, all about SEO. Facebook advertising is a great opportunity. If you need any more help or advice, we're happy to provide that to you. Either direct message me or give us a call at CDA or an email, and we'll be happy to help. In the meantime, stay safe and thank you for listening. Take care.